Good afternoon, everyone. At this time, I'd like to call to order the Community Development Strategic Plan Committee meeting. And it is 4 o'clock, April 15th, 2021. I would like a roll call vote with location at this time, please.
Commissioner Sear,
Yes, I'm here in Twin Lake, Michigan.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Here, Muskegon, City of Muskegon.
Commissioner Hughes,
Here, Muskegon Township.
Commissioner Laring,
Here, Muskegon County Hall of Justice, where everyone else should be.
Commissioner Nash,
Here, City of Muskegon.
Commissioner Pago,
Here, Muskegon County Hall of Justice.
Chairman Skolnick,
Here, City of Norton Shores.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Muskegon County Building of Justice.
Commissioner Brown.
Here, City of Muskegon, Hall of Justice. Thank you. I appreciate everyone being here in attendance. Prior to a start, Commissioner Sear, I'd like to give you the floor for a little bit, and you'd like to make a comment, please?
Yes, I just want to address the board. We had a board meeting on Tuesday that I chaired, and Commissioner Pago initially asked me to add an agenda item, the resolution for the vaccine passport information. And I decided to just let her introduce that at the new business at the end of the meeting. After thinking about that a little bit, I think that probably was the wrong thing to do because nobody had really an opportunity to look over that resolution. So I just want to apologize. I'll try to straighten that up in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the comment. So at this point now, I would like to, this is a public comment on any agenda items at this time.
We have to approve
No.
the minutes.
Oh, approve the minutes. I am sorry. Thank you, Susie. I have item number 3, approval of the minutes. I would need a
So moved.
motion. So
Copy
moved.
right.
Support.
Okay. And we need a roll call vote for that.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
Yes,
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes,
Commissioner Sear,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Thank you. Now we can jump to item number 4, which is public comment on any agenda items. Is there any public comment on any agenda items at this time? I am not seeing any. So at this time, we would move on to item number 5, the communication Fair Board presentation by Brian McFerrin. Do we have Mr. McFerrin on at this time?
Yes, you do.
Thank you. You have the floor.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to address the commission. I believe the commissioners have received our calendar of events and our proposed and completed project reports that we're required to submit to the county by the end of February. And as far as the calendar of events goes, we have a lot of still tentative events. Organizations, groups are still a little hesitant on whether their events are going to happen or not, just with the continued COVID. And so we have several tentative events, but we do have many that are planned and ongoing. The ones that are happening, and I don't see ending unless something dramatically happens, is we have numerous horse shows, and being those are outside and well spaced, those events are going on and going on well. We're still planning on having the county fair again, and we're continuing to work with vendors and for our events and still making decisions on which events are going to happen and won't happen. Last year, we canceled many of the grandstand events and things due to COVID. We're hoping to be able to offer more activities Fair Week this year than we could last year. Any
Thank
commissioners
you.
have questions on any of the events on the calendar?
Mr. McFerrin, for us newbies, can you tell us a little bit about your role and how long you've been doing this? So,
I am the treasurer of the Fair Board.
yes,
I've been on the Fair Board since 2009.
okay,
There
there we go. Thank you.
There we go.
That helps a lot. Thank you.
So as it says, the bold events are confirmed. Those that are not bold were not confirmed as of February 16th, when this draft was approved and sent to the
Okay.
county.
Yeah, we did get copies of that and thank you for sharing that. That's great. So, is there any questions for Mr. McFerrin at this time? I think everybody received this packet, so thank you.
Mr. Chair, can I
Yes, sir.
just ask a question? If the events don't happen and you don't generate any or very little revenue for the season, is that going to hurt anything?
It'll eat into a little bit of what we do, but our largest revenue source is actually our winter storage, and that is not impacted by COVID.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. McFerrin, there's a great schedule of events. How would where are we going to post this so that for our citizens of Muskegon County can find this and understand it a little better? How would this be published?
There's a calendar on the fairgrounds website.
Okay,
And we're also working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau to get it on their calendar also.
oh, great. That's wonderful. Thank you. Good to know. So yeah, we want to promote if all these events go to our citizens of the county. Thank you. Well, if no other questions or Brian, if you had any other things you want to share, I know there's a lot of information you gave us, so.
The other report that we provide annually is a report on proposed and completed projects at the fairgrounds. And last year, the major projects that were done is we re-roofed 4 of the buildings. And we have 1 more building to re-roof this summer. We're hoping the second item here on our proposed projects for 2021, the lighting upgrades. We for sure will be doing 2 buildings with new LED fixtures. We've applied for a grant through the Michigan Department of Ag and Rural Development. And if that grant comes through, we'll be doing the rest of the buildings this summer.
Yeah.
So that could be our big project for this year, in addition to 1 more barn roof, re-roofing that. We have a Eagle Scout project who we're hoping that the horse barns need a new coat of paint, and we have an Eagle Scout that we believe is going to be organizing that project for 2021.
Mr. Brown, can I ask just one
Yes.
more quick question?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Please.
McFerrin, who is the chair of the Fair Board?
Scott Erdman is the Fair Board president.
All right, thank you.
Mr. McFerrin,
Yes,
this is Commissioner Wilkins from the city of Muskegon Heights. I want to thank the Fair Board for the support that they have given the children in the Heights to come out to the fair, see the horses and have fun. But I know these times everything is just hung up. But I want to personally thank you.
Thank you very much. We certainly love having the more kids that we can have out to fair, the better. And certainly it is a county fair and we want everybody to feel welcome and to participate.
Thanks.
well, I do have to comment in case my daughter's listening. She was a 4-H queen many, many years ago. So thank you. I'm very proud of her to be that. She got the wave down and all that stuff. So I spent some a lot of time out at the fairgrounds during that time period. So thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Mr. Brown, you're kind of like
Yes,
Prince Philip then?
I'm, yeah. I'll tell you what, I found kids out there that worked their, you know, what's off and ate more than I did. And that's amazing in itself. So Bob, I'll share that with you. So anyways. Okay, any other questions, comments? Mr. McFerrin, thank you. I know obviously a lot of interest and I'm glad we're looking at different things to upgrade out there too. So
Thank you.
thank you. That was communication. Thank you. Item number 6, we have 3 items for consideration. First one is CDSP 21/04-09. It does say on your agenda here, Mark Eisenbarth, but he also is assisted today, and I think we have Melissa Horton. And this is to approve the amended bylaws of the Lakeshore Museum Center Board as presented. So
So moved.
we have a
Support.
motion and support. Okay. No questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, Mr. Brown, you're gonna have to deal with me today. I have comments on everything. I just.
You know, never mind, go ahead.
Before we vote on this, I just want to congratulate Melissa Horton, who was just selected as the executive director for the Lakeshore Museum Center. And the thing that makes me particularly happy about it is she's been there, worked for the Lakeshore Museum, I believe, she could correct me if I'm wrong, but for 22 years. And it's always nice to see somebody, you know, work their way up like that. And I personally am excited, and I had been on that board for actually many years, and I left the previous director, John McGarry, unfortunately retired and then passed away, and we were good friends. And after that happened, I kind of just didn't. My term was up, and it was, you know, I left the board. But since I had the opportunity to appoint myself to the board again with a new director, I did. I see Melissa has made herself visible. Maybe she wants to.
I think Melissa's there. I think Mr. Skolnick's volunteering for another committee, sounds like to me.
There you go.
So, Melissa, would you, if you wanted to have any comments?
No, I was
It's
just here in case anybody had any questions. We're basically just making a small, simple change to revert back from the title of president, CEO to executive director. And that's all this really is. It's just kind of a formality. So thank you.
Okay.
Well, welcome and thank you for attending our meeting today. So we have a motion and support. I would need a roll call vote.
Was there any other changes to it other than that one that was mentioned?
I don't believe
Board chair be a board president.
that would be, yes.
Basically what happened is the board chair is going back to the board president with this change because that makes more sense. So we're just undoing the 2019 changes.
Okay. So we would need we have a motion and support with the changes, and we would need a roll call vote.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
yes,
Chairman Skolnick,
I have to think about it. Oh, yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Thank you. Next item for consideration, CDSP 21/04-10 is to approve the staff recommendation to hire Eric Carbolito for the position, and I apologize if I destroyed that, for the position of Twin Lake County Park Caretaker.
So support.
We have okay. Moved in support. Any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to this item for consideration? Oh, seeing none. We need a roll call vote for this item.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
yes,
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
yes,
Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Next, thank you very much, everyone. Next, what was that all 9 yeses, please?
Yes, it was, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next item for consideration, CDSP 21/04-11 is to engage the services of Azavar, a company specializing in short-term rental identification and compliance, and not to exceed contract cost of $9,000 annually, to authorize the board chair to sign the contract. Any
So moved.
we have
support,
a moved and motion and support. Any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this item? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Bob Lukens, are you on? Can you kind of just give me a 60-second explanation?
Yeah, I believe Mr. Lukens is on, so thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Bob Lukens, Community Development Director. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. This, as you know, there are many short-term rentals in the state of Michigan and really around the US. And oftentimes in counties and other municipalities, they go unrecognized because they kind of fly under the radar. So in areas that have accommodations taxes or other types of lodging taxes, many of these facilities either aren't aware of the ordinances or taxes, or aren't or decide not to comply. So what this company does, and there are a number of these types of companies across America. What they do is they are able to find the short-term rental facilities and bring them into compliance with the municipality in which they're located, or the county in which they're located. We've reached out to 3 of these companies or 3 of these companies that are able to provide this service. And right now in Muskegon County, we've identified about 50 or 60 properties, short-term rental properties here in Muskegon County. But these companies, almost to a T, told us that there are approximately 370 to 380 of these facilities within Muskegon County. So we're missing a good portion of the revenues from the accommodations tax ordinance that we have here in Muskegon County and have had for many years. So what this company would do would be provide us with the information on those short-term rental properties and begin conversations with those companies to bring them into compliance and pay the accommodations tax to the county. Again, it's difficult to find these properties because if you go on to Home and Away or VRBO, any of the other ones, Airbnb, they give you a general area where the lodging properties are located, but they don't give you the exact address. So it's very difficult to find them. So these companies are able to find them, and we're asking the board's permission to move forward with engaging them to assist the county in finding these properties and bringing them into compliance.
Okay, thank you.
I think Commissioner Hughes, you and I, as the vice chair of this committee, Mr. Lukens did a lot of due diligence. There was a lot of discussion, and I think Susie, you had a question, it looks like.
yeah,
So, or
you know,
comment?
we did attend that. And I learned a lot about that. And I also found out that not only will we begin to collect the tax that is due to the county will also be offering them an opportunity to use our CVB to help them promote their business too. So there's advantages to them and advantages to the county too.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Mr. Lukens, I know you said about 50 to 60, this 9,000 contract cost, estimated additional revenue that would generate, you had a kind of a budget, an idea number?
Yes,
I don't remember.
we estimate that it would be anywhere between 75 to $120,000 that we'd be able to collect. And that's a pretty, conservative estimate, I guess you could say.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr.
No,
Chair,
no, thank you. That's a good ROI. If I think we would agree on that. Thank you, Mr. Lucas. Any other questions, comments, or concerns regarding this? So,
yes,
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I had a question.
yes, Mr. Nash, Commissioner Nash.
Did these companies give any idea where the main concentration of these homes are? And what would those numbers look like?
Well, I can say that the concentration of the short-term rental homes are around lakes, mainly along Lake Michigan, up and down the 26, 27 miles of beaches that are lakeshore that we have here. And then on many of the inland lakes, Muskegon Lake, White Lake, Mona Lake, Wolf Lake, and some of the other lakes in the area, there are short-term rental properties. So that's where the bulk of them are. They've showed us maps with dots on them before. Of course, they don't give us the addresses yet, but they do know where these properties are.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Any other?
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Loring.
What will the revenue for this accommodation tax be used for?
Oh,
It goes towards marketing the area as a visitor destination and a meetings destination.
It was my understanding that the revenue generated by this bed tax was being utilized to pay for the convention center.
A portion of it is for the revenues from the downtown hotels is.
So just the downtown hotel bed tax goes to the convention center, or these additional short-term rentals will be used for also?
The downtown hotels.
Okay. So the news article that came from the convention center cost wound up being $34 million. I think we only bonded 18. Where did the rest of that go?
That was the cost. The $35 million cost was the entire, for lack of a better term, campus. So that included the renovation of the Delta Hotel, the renovation rebranding of the Delta, the convention center itself, and the renovation of the Mercy Health Arena. That equaled about $35 million. You're correct. The county did bond $18 million, or actually, I think it was, it was $18 million. There was an overrun of about $2 million that the city picked up. The funding comes from the accommodations tax and also for those two downtown hotels. And then also there is a hotel self-assessment in the downtown area too for the two downtown hotels on top of the PA 263 county tax collection.
So we're not trying to collect extra revenue just to pay for the cost of the, I was concerned that we were going after this to pay for the convention center, but that's not the case.
No, sir.
Chairman Brown, could I make
Yes.
another comment, please?
yes,
Is
Commissioner
that-
Harris.
Commissioner Leering, actually, the downtown hotels voted to put a tax on themselves, an additional tax over what everybody else pays to cover an extra portion of the convention center.
Thank you. I think that's what Mr. Lucas just said.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, if there's any more, no other discussion, need a roll call vote to accept this item for consideration.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pago,
No.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
yes,
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes,
Commissioner Laring,
No.
pardon me,
No.
thank you, and Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Item number 7 is any unfinished business on the agenda. Is there any unfinished business to address the committee at this point? Okay, seeing none. New business, any new business to present to this committee? Okay, thank you. Public comment. At this point, we'll open it up for any public comment, and persons may address the commission during this time. Thank you. All persons must address the commission and state their name for the record. Comments will be limited to 2 minutes for each participant unless the time is extended prior to the public comment by the vote of the majority of the commission. So do we have any public comment? And I see recognized Tony Barnes.
Thank you, Chair Brown. I do appreciate it. I just like to thank Commissioner Kim Sear with his statement at the beginning of the meeting. I think it was a big dissatisfaction to have a resolution brought up under new business. It gets voted down, and probably rightly so, because there wasn't enough information regarding this resolution. And then have a whole bunch of callers coming in, calling upset that the commissioners voted it down. It just seems like having the callers call in after the fact is not beneficial to anyone. Having it on the agenda would have allowed them to have a better educated comment when it came to public comment. So I think it was the right decision to address that issue, and hopefully we'll see everything on the agenda moving forward. So thank you for that. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. Any other public comment to address the committee? I don't see any. Thank you. Item number 10, final board comment. Do we have any comments from the board? No? Okay. Everybody good? Item 11, I'll need a motion to adjourn.
So, support.
Support. And this meeting of the Community Development Strategic Plan Committee is adjourned.